So whenever you would like, can you describe what you put together?
Yes. So what we have built here is a HPP particle simulator. It's a very simple model for particle collision and propagation. But we are running it on an FPGA, and we can achieve 60 frames per second with at most 1.2 million particles in there.
1.2 million particles at
Yes.
60 frames a second.
We filled up everything. Right.
Okay.
So we actually did some benchmark. I tried it on my M1 Max
Okay.
laptop, and it takes like 10,000 cycles in 50 megahertz. Like it's like 0.0002 seconds. And what this thing renders is like it only takes like 1,200 cycles on the FPGA running also at 50 megahertz. So it's not very impressive. It's like only 10 times speed up, but considering you're comparing a hobbyist FPGA with like state-of-the-art commercially available CPU.
Well, and if you were to add power consumption into that, the metric by which you evaluate performance, it would be even more impressive, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's probably drawing somewhere around 2 watts.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay, yeah. We also in addition to like the particle simulation, the functional stuff, we also add some user interactive components into it. Yeah, I guess I can show or like Frank, do you want to?
Sure. Sure. Remember. Okay, so by default, this is a default mode where upon refresh, it will present just a boundary with no particles in it. And if you select different toggle switches, it will generate particles with the initial velocity. So we can simulate. So it can be initialized to different direction according to a toggle switch, or like in all orientations.
And when you click, how many particles get added?
So
that depends on the size of the square.
Okay.
If you have a larger square, then there are more particles added.
Yes, and if you can also change the size of your cursor, I think which one? Is it this button? Yeah, right. Yeah. So we can increase the bounding box or decrease it. If it's larger, then more particle will be generated within that boundary. And if you use right click, it will clear
so you can erase
particles in a certain area. Yeah, on that frame only. Yeah.
Wow.
And if we reset it, we can initialize it to different initial configuration of the wall. So I think it's the first one.
Yeah. K0 is reset. This one is uniform random.
Uniform random initial. Okay.
Yes, yeah. We have a linear feedback shift register.
And I think the second one is this shows a 2 rectangular wall with opening it so that some of the particle will bounce back while other pass through it.
And the particles are not all entirely independent, correct? In this model, there is particle interaction. Is that right?
There's particle interaction. They are not. If you see like they collide, and
yes.
then you see there's like you can see them traveling out.
Sure.
And they hit each other.
Do you have a pause button as well? Which one?
Yes, the second one is the pause.
Yeah,
button.
we can pause and see what's happening at the current frame.
Amazing.
I think we have one more. Which one is this? Oh yeah, so in this mode, it will generate particles within a small rectangle in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. We were mainly using this as a test mode. Yeah.
And then there's also the artist mode.
Oh wait, which one is that?
This one I think. Yes.
Oh yeah, do you mention we haven't mentioned that we can?
I haven't mentioned the artist mode.
Yeah, we can also, of course, we can also
You said
add
artist mode?
Yeah.
add like we can also add particles. I'm sorry, add obstacles in it. Wait, this is a.
You want
no
the,
one.
the
Yeah,
empty
yeah,
one?
okay,
Yes,
okay.
empty one.
So wait. Yeah, right. If you use the middle mouse button, it will generate obstacles
Okay.
in the shape of the cursor only. But yeah, so if you add particles to it, so this is the default
This
behavior.
is correct.
Yes.
This is like what it should happen.
Which is the article?
Yeah, the third one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So during debugging, we find a bug where obstacles will generate additional particles. So if you do that, you can it'll have like a pulse-like effect if you as more particles are emanated from the obstacles. But that basically will just add more to the screen.
And with the number of particles that this, so you are capable of animating more particles than there are pixels.
Yes, because one pixel could have up to 4 particles.
Okay.
From being no particle at all to
Wow, and look at that. You can see the.
Yeah. So right now, when we clear something, the obstacle will also be clear because we just erase everything in the.
And you can see the density waves moving across the screen.
Quite convincing.
You can see the wave.
So I suppose this. Oh my God! It's.
Appearance pattern. What mode is in now?
You're adding more particles.
I think sometimes it will be just 4 particles. Yeah. Do you erase the wall as well?
A lot
Yeah.
of particles.
If you
yes,
like,
you erase the wall.
if you like erase
See,
the,
there's the wall.
yeah,
Yeah.
if
Also
you
erase
erase it,
Oh, it
so
just goes off.
now all the particles will disappear because it's not
Yeah, there up
They're
down
wrapping.
there is still.
bouncing back. Yeah, so now everything will be the
So they'll just stream away.
yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, you can do all sorts of things with it.
So,
Do you want to do the ECE thing?
sure.
I know what you're gonna do.
You see? Wait. Do we need to increase the
Yeah, let's do that. Add some particles.
Amazing.
yeah, so yeah, you can have any. Yeah, I think. And if you want to do the art mode, it will emanate from the.
Oh wow.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
interesting how it almost I'm sort of watching it on the screen and watching it through my camera. It looks better on the camera than it does on the screen for some reason. I'm not sure why exactly. See that? Like I feel like I can see more density. It's easier to pick up places of high density on here than it is on there. I don't know why.
So which one makes more pulses on that?
This one? Okay.
That's very compelling.
Oh.
That's very interesting. Really nicely done.
Yeah, and it's only using 20% of the logic elements and 38% of the memories on the board,
Okay.
which is already a very small board.
Fantastic.
So
Thank
you're
you.
limited by just how many pixels are on the screen.
Yes.
Wow.
Cool.